For the Beaver Radio Network, I'm Brian Schultz. BSU track and field team hosted the Super 8 this past weekend at the Rec Center. We are joined by transfer, senior Alex Coleman out of Tiffin University. Ohio is home for you. Why Bemidji State?
I graduated from Tiffin University, and I kind of wanted just to leave Ohio. So I was like, he offered me, and I was like, it's a different state, so I might as well take the chance.
What's the hardest part about learning your new teammates and being a part of a new team?
Well, I am a little bit of a shy person, so it was hard to put myself out there, especially coming from a 4-year program and knowing everyone, and then coming here and they kind of see me as the leader now because I've been through all of it. And then so people are asking me questions and I'm like, I don't really know you yet, but it was hard in the beginning, but now since we've been traveling, we've been practicing together since September, it's actually kind of easier now, so it's not that bad.
Bemidji is not at all like Dayton, Ohio. How has that transition gone for you?
Honestly, in the beginning it was cool, and then when we got to negative 30s, I was just like, what did I get myself into? But now that it's warming up, I feel like I'm a kind of a true Minnesotan now because I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so warm and it's only 20 degrees. So, yeah.
Yeah, that didn't take you long to figure out. You won the pentathlon at the St. Scholastica Invite in early December. Every athlete is a little different, but how do you go about training and preparing for all those events?
I just tell myself, just get through one event and then kind of go into the next event. It's hard mentally because you're doing 5 events, and then when we go into outdoor, it's 7. Outdoor is a little bit easier just because it's broken up into 2 days, but I just kind of keep myself going. I kind of give myself a pep talk throughout the day. Like if I didn't have a good jump or throw, I'm just like, all right, it's time to move on to the next event and just keep going.
How do you mentally shut things down after an event just so you're not fried by the end of the day, and then flip that switch back on and get going again?
Honestly, I don't know yet. It's just, I don't know, it's just something that a multi does. You just kind of have to let it go and move on to the next event. You can't hold on to the event that you just did, or else your other event is going to be very poor. So you just kind of have to, you got to let it go, and then you can work on whatever the mistakes were you made during practice time. So,
what is your favorite event?
It depends. There are some days where I'm really good at the hurdles, so that day is my favorite event. And then there are other days where I have a great long jump, so then that day is my favorite event. It just kind of, it's a love-hate relationship with the multi. Since there's so many, some days you have good days and other days you just have bad days.
I don't know if non-track people know how much science there is involved in track and field. That's something that Coach Keene is very well versed in. You coming from Tiffin to here, you've had different coaches now. You've obviously had different coaches throughout your whole career. How do you take bits and pieces from all of them and put a technique together that works for you?
Well, they all kind of say the same thing. With hurdles, you have to have 3 steps. And then with my long jump approach, I take 8 steps. So I've just kind of learned that throughout the years. And then each coach has given me different cues, but it's just kind of this is what I like to do. And every athlete's different. Some athletes take 10 steps in the long jump, some take 5. It just kind of depends on who you are. And then I take those cues that they give me, and then I'm like, okay, well, this is what I kind of like to do, and I'm going to take your cue and try to make it into my own, and then try to do what you asked me to do the best I can. And
as long as it works, right?
Yeah. As long as it works for me and I get the furthest jump I want, I'm okay.
The indoor season is still relatively young, but what do you want to accomplish yet before the snow does melt and you get outside?
I would like to get my 800 time down in the 800 indoor. Indoor has always just been really hard for me. Even in my younger years, I've never really liked indoor. It's hard mentally because you're going around the track more than you have to, even though it's still the same length. Like the 800, we have to go around 4 times. Outside, you only go around 2 times. So it's a mental game the entire indoor season for me. And then once I get into outdoor, I open up, and that's like the best season that I always have.
Best of luck. Welcome to Bemidji.
Thank you.